The path of mastery, love, discipline, and spiritual evolution. The central theme of this narrative explores the profound intersection of human affection and divine training, illustrating that true mastery requires the harmonious integration of spirit, mind, and body. As the protagonist completes his rigorous initiation, he discovers that his commitment to his beloved is not a distraction from his duty, but rather a vital component of his spiritual development. This transformative journey emphasizes that individual worth and mutual devotion are the necessary foundations for achieving the ultimate state of consciousness, often referred to as the Order of the Jade Sun, the sacred union and the trial of devotion. The initiation process described is designed to test the candidate's capacity for selfless love, which serves as a catalyst for deeper spiritual breakthroughs. The order mandates that an individual must prioritize their partner above their own ego, as this sacrifice allows them to transcend the limitations of the self. The betrothal ritual, characterized by the weaving of symbolic rugs, represents the merging of two lives into a single divine purpose. The test of selflessness, candidates must demonstrate that they value their partner more than their own existence. This willingness to surrender the ego is the foundational requirement for the subsequent stages of initiation. The role of the beloved. The partner is not merely a companion but an active participant in the training process, often serving to accelerate the protagonist's growth by providing a powerful, positive focal point for their emerging creative energies. The union of opposites, the narrative highlights the necessity of balancing the masculine drive for duty and order with the feminine, creative, and intuitive nature of love. A marriage that is truly made in heaven becomes an indestructible force that anchors the spirit in both the material and eternal realms. The stages of the spiritual body. The training curriculum is structured around the sequential development of higher bodies, the Sahu, the Sekhem, and the Ku. Each stage requires precise discipline and an understanding of how energy, memory, and consciousness function across different levels of existence. 1. The Sahu. This body acts as the foundation for eternal life. It is birthed from the physical, nurtured by the human soul, and eventually rooted in the heavens. During the half stage of its development, the initiate gains the ability to perceive prophecy and bridge the gap between material reality and divine foresight. 2. The Sekhem. Once the Sahu is rooted, the Sekhem emerges. It is a highly energetic, nearly invisible force that enables the individual to execute the creative word. This stage is critical because it requires the initiate to move beyond mere speech into active, willful creation. The Ku. As the final form, the radiant soul provides the power of everlasting life. It is the pinnacle of the transformation, where the individual gains the ability to dissolve and recreate their own physical form at will. Navigating the abyss and the mystery of transmutation. A central secret revealed by the Master Skakus is the existence of a profound barrier occurring at the halfway stage of the development of the radiant soul. This mighty abyss represents the final hurdle for the initiate. While many members of the Order of Melchizedek can manipulate energy and create for others, they cannot always transmute their own physical vessels. The goal of the Order of the Jade Sun is to overcome this limitation, allowing for full, immortal manifestation. The danger of despair, the deep night of spiritual despair, is identified as a critical hazard. The initiate is warned that during this period of existential darkness, the will can turn against the self, leading to failure if the individual does not proactively restore their energy and maintain focus. The duty of the master, the responsibility of the master, is to guide the student without enforcing secrecy, preferring instead that the initiate comes to know their own mastery through personal realization. The ultimate goal is not just the enlightenment of the individual, but the eventual elevation of all mankind when the time is right. The role of the juggernaut represents the movement of historical change that the initiated master is destined to trigger. This process, once initiated, is irreversible, requiring the master to possess absolute certainty in their power to reshape reality, from turning stone to gold to manipulating the very elements of the natural world. Love as the ultimate creative force. The text concludes by emphasizing that true love must exist across all three levels, spirit, mind, and body. To favor one over the others results in an incomplete or fractured existence. The spiritual aspect provides connection to the divine, the mental aspect provides the framework for wisdom, and the physical aspect provides the necessary warm and vital base that anchors this power in the world of form. Skakus's final instructions to the protagonist emphasize that a true master is defined not by how they are perceived by others, but by their internal state of being. The master knows they are a master, and they recognize that the path to this state is paved with the courage to love and the strength to accept the responsibilities of the great cabal. The necessity of integration. One must not neglect the physical or the emotional in pursuit of the ethereal. The joy found in human connection is part of the machinery of creation. It feeds the spirit and provides the necessary fuel for the final leap into divinity. The wisdom of the serpent. Symbolic of the serpent of wisdom. The spiritual body feeds upon its own growth, refining the self until the physical is entirely absorbed into the radiant. This self-sustaining cycle is the essence of eternal life. Preparation for the future. As the protagonist boards the Galilean, he understands that his training was a meticulous preparation for a greater service. His journey is no longer just a personal quest for enlightenment. It is the enactment of an ancient, secret plan intended to alter the course of human history for the collective good. In summary, this narrative presents a structured path toward spiritual immortality through the synthesis of love and discipline. By mastering the sequence of spiritual, vital, and radiant bodies, and by maintaining a perfect balance between one's duty and one's capacity for love, the initiate transforms themselves into a conduit for divine creation. The journey is defined by the eventual overcoming of the abyss of the self, leading to the ultimate power to command reality and influence the evolution of mankind.